Greetings. Today we are going to be discussing the strength-based supporting learning environments, which is the indigenous psychology theory, as well as the indigenous knowledge systems. According to Kim and Berry, they stated in 1993 that indigenous psychology theory is a scientific study of human behavior or mind that is native from biological region, that's not transported from other regions, and that's designed for its people. Basically, it is the study of the behavior of humans that is from a certain region, a specific region that is specifically designed for that specific group of people or region. Getting back onto indigenous knowledge system. Indigenous knowledge system is knowledge and skills that have been practiced and it's still being practiced in this DNA of time by the indigenous and the local people for survival and existence. They do so mainly because they're trying to implant the knowledge within the community, institutions, as well as relationships. They do so in trying to create the concepts of indigenous knowledge, trying to only keep the skills and the knowledge within and among themselves. The basic understandings of indigenous psychological theories as well as knowledge system is that they both view indigenous as very unique and it is rooted knowledge as assets, to empower individuals as well as communities. They both view the indigenous as unique. It enhances the understanding of cultures, and within the classroom, it allows learners to explore other cultures, to learn more about other cultures, as well as um, instill the thought of being open-minded. To give you a little bit more information on IPT, which is Indigenous Psychology Theory, it attempts to align with the curriculum transformation and the mainstreaming indigenous ways to try and address needs within educational or learning contexts. So how do we go about implementing this within our classrooms? There are three examples. The first one is through indigenous games and stories. Indigenous games and stories brings an element of educational activity where learners from different cultures learn and understand each other's values and belief systems. By doing so, they try and develop a sense to tolerance, unity, healthy living together. It also allows learners to gain self-confidence, identity, and in accelerating active participation because each learner gets to share their own stories as well as their own indigenous games. And by doing so, it boosts up their active participation, healthy living, and a higher academic achievement of indigenous children within the classroom. Another example would be through storytelling. So, how could we implement storytelling within the classroom? So, storytelling can be used in the classrooms to align or ground all learners into one knowledge base and also to be on the same level of understanding as equal as to other learners so that they're all on the right page. So it grounds learners into one thought pattern and it also instills certain rights such as equality. I know when I was younger, I used to enjoy all the storytelling that the teacher or other learners would discuss or tell the whole classroom because it was quite informative and also very educational because it shows you how people in specific regions think compared to others or compared to other regions, and with that it allows you not to judge but see and view people just as you view yourself. The last example of how we could go about implementing this theory into our classroom would be through riddles. So riddles engages learners' mind to a higher thinking By doing so, it also develops critical thinking as well as it creates a creative mind. Because when playing riddles or discussing riddles, it is like coming up with a solution to a specific problem. Riddles allows you to learn how to solve problems using your prior knowledge or knowledge from your specific group or culture or the certain skills that have been taught or passed down to you from a different generation. And by by with that being said, it is as if you are coming up with a solution to a specific problem. You go through a lot of thinking, you try out stuff, certain you try out certain solutions to see if it really is what you've been looking for. So with a riddle, you need to be given a platform to go wrong, and you need to be given a platform to solve a particular problem. And if you do not succeed, you need to be given support by the teacher, which it boils down to scaffolding. And that will be the end of my self-film and how we go about um, implementing all this within the classroom. Thanks to Vincent and Kirsty.